Welcome to the mid-year author and freelancing goals check-in. It's a very lengthy title, but we're gonna roll with it. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Campbell. I write heady, heart-wrenching poetry for the modern woman, and I am also a freelance editor. So I have now been freelance editing full-time since March of this year when I quit my 9-to-5 job. And I wanted to sit down for myself, but also with you guys, because I know accountability is half of me being successful at anything that I do. So my 2025 author goals video can be found, I think it's here. But in short, my goals were to earn 4 figures a month minimum from freelance editing and to sell 130 copies of my book. My social media goals were to reach 1,500 followers on Instagram and 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. We're halfway through the year and one of those goals is now completely irrelevant. So let's dive into it. This is first and foremost an author-tuber account, so let's start with my book sales. I did not see the reception that I was hoping to see with my spring release, The Woman I Hold Dear. And the reason I had high hopes is because it's in the same vein as my debut, The Ones, which did hit 81 pre-orders, and The Woman I Hold Dear had 7 pre-orders. So the only difference in the categories, genres, and all that jazz is that the pre-order period for my debut was 3 months long, and the pre-order timeline for my latest release was 1 month. So I'm thinking that I had a lot of sales from indie bookstores picking it up. Because I don't have 81 people I know in real life. I know that might be shocking, or it might not be. But for me, I know a lot of indie authors say that the pre-orders don't really make or break it, and in a way that is true because the shelf life of an indie book is much longer than that of a traditionally published book. However, for me, it's just the opposite. I see the most sales during that pre-order phase, and that has been consistent because the shorter my pre-order phase is with every book, the less pre-orders I've seen, and which means less sales overall. So I have sold 100 copies of my debut as of January of 2025, and that did take 16 months to do. So it is poetry. They're all poetry. They're niche. It's really hard to push poetry unless you're doing micro poems, which are like 3 to 4 lines long, which I don't do. I write medium to long length poems, so it's just not as popular. But in 2025, I have sold 31 books, but not really, because I've had 15 library checkouts. So the only reason I am counting them here is because I earn money for checkouts. On Hoopla, if you check out one of my books, I earn 32 cents each time. So based on my sales goals, I am about, trying to do the math in my head, like 35 books, 40 books short for what I wanted to sell this time of year. But unlike in quarter one, where I was panicking because I was hoping the pre-order numbers would make up for the first quarter. I just know that, first of all, being an author is a marathon, not a sprint. Odds are you're not going to break out with your first 1, 2, 3 books, but also it's poetry, and I knew going into it would be hard to see success with poetry. So my current series I'm working on is a college-age mystery, and I don't know if I talked about it. Oh, you know what? It is. It's coming up, so I can't reveal it just yet. But I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't hit my 130 book sales goal for this year. And you know what? If I only hit half of that, I've still made money every month since July of 2024 off book sales. At least $1 a month, which I think is fantastic. I'm really happy with that because it took me about a year of publishing to even see a sale a month. So I am very happy with that. But at the moment, my current books that are out are just not going to be my focus for a little while. Okay, up next, my freelance editing. So it's going better than I could have ever hoped. I still have some months that are significantly lower than others in terms of income, but averaging out, I have hit 4 figures a month minimum since January of this year. Which is great because, as I've mentioned a million times, if you've watched or seen any of my video titles in the last 3 months, I quit my 9-to-5 back in March. It was very sudden. It was not planned. I took a 28-month personal leave because I was so burnt out, and I didn't go back. And it's really worked out for my editing. In fact, June was the highest earning month I have ever seen, and that was in like February of this year was my highest earning month I'd ever seen. That video is up. I'm no longer doing the monthly editing income videos just because it is my full-time income now. I don't really want to share that online in that sense, but yeah, it was more than February. And I'm very, very excited about that. I did work on 12 projects in June, for anyone curious. So it was working nonstop. It was probably 30 plus hours a week. So still not quite full time, but I also wanted a freelancing gig that I could earn a similar amount of money, but not work 40 hours so I could still focus on my own writing. Oh, something else, I did finalize my newsletter. It's not live yet. We're still working on the website. I'm still figuring out how to work a newsletter. I got Kit, previously ConvertKit, and I think it might have been like a step above what I was ready for because it's really confusing, unless it's just because I have the free version, but it's like I don't have any subscribers, so I'm like, I'm not going to do a newsletter, but like I'm not going to pay for something when I have zero. Like, let me build something up first. But the main reason I want to get that website up, of course, Fiverr takes 20% of my income. I am now offering developmental editing in addition to copy editing. That is a big chunk of change from some of these jobs. I just completed actually 2 developmental edit jobs, which would have earned me $1,350. Very low, yes, I'm trying to build up to it. If you need a developmental editor and you write young adult or middle grade, go hit me up. And they took away 20% of that, which would have been, basically I earned $1,000 from 2 developmental editing jobs, which is nothing, by the way. If you have not dipped your toe into finding out what editing prices are, that is nothing, okay? But I'm now offering developmental editing. We're going up in increments for $900 for 50,000 words, and of course it goes up depending on your word count. But of course I'm still promoting it here on YouTube, and honestly I don't have any plans to get away from Fiverr at this moment. I know they've talked about an AI beta reader, which to me, I've seen some authors, because I am on, I think it's a 20 books to 50K group. I don't even remember who started it, and they were, some of the authors they were talking about, they used it, and it's like great, but also most of the authors were like, you're still gonna get better with a human. Like, it's just, you are, no matter what. So I'm glad to see that authors are testing it and being disappointed with it, because that means that we're going to keep this publishing industry more human to human, because, you know, when you write about the human experience, it's probably helpful to have a human look at it. Okay, now we're on to the exciting one. I had my hair down for this video, and it's actually just too hot even in my house for that. So my Q2 goal was to complete the first draft of my college-age mystery manuscript, and as of June 30th, I have written 8,636 words. However, I did finish the skeletal outline of the manuscript, as well as the in-depth chapter-by-chapter outline up to chapter 11. I am currently writing chapter 5. So this ensures I know the route I need to take. It is a mystery. I wanted to know how we get to the mystery, because the character B plot story, I can figure it out as I go, but I needed the mystery. I needed to know which kind of pieces happened to an extent, so I could get to the ending that I had already planned. So, okay, so the new goal is to have the rough draft finished by July 31st. I am anticipating this being around 65,000 words. It is a cozy mystery, there's no murder, so I don't think anything longer than that will really be wanted by a reader. So I'm estimating I need about 57,000 words this month. Goodness, which I've done before during NaNoWriMo project, so it's not a huge chunk, but also I will write a lot faster because I have this outline for me, and I am somebody who can honestly write like 750 to 1,000 words in an hour. So time-wise, it's not bad. It's making the time for it with all the editing clients I have. So I do have an entire calendar I created for the rest of this year in regards to the series, but I'm not announcing it till I have more than just the book 1 outline completed. So you'll probably hear about it in the video dedicated to it, and I even have a playlist going of the writing vlogs and updates I have, because I really want to document this series, because I tried to with my poetry, but I'm a terrible vlogger, so I'm better at like these sit-down chat videos, because if I'm filming myself writing, I I love watching those. I don't like filming them, which doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. But I did finish this outline in June, so one small thing done, and instead of finishing this in 3 months, it hopefully will only take me 4, which is a really good, like, I think addition to the timeline based on, you know, it didn't take me twice as long as most people say, like however long you think it'll take you, plan for twice as long. No, we're doing this in 4 months, just not 3. That's what we're doing. And then let me just dive into it. I usually do short clips because I'm still using Canva to put my videos together because I don't understand technology very well. I'm a terrible millennial. But my social media goals. So this one is a doozy because I am so over Instagram. Reels are dying, carousels are returning, they're easier to produce. I don't have a community on Instagram. I have about 6 or 7 people I talk to, and like we'll DM each other, we're really friendly, we're supportive, but all the other poets on there don't read my poetry. And okay. I forgot I wrote this in here in my little script, and I'm so happy. Have you played Doki Doki Literature Club? If you have, I am Natsuki, and everyone else on Instagram is Yuri. My writing is too simple and too positive and too full of forgiveness. And to clarify, no one's actually said anything to me. Like, this is just the vibe I get. And because of that forgiving nature, a lot of these poets, I don't think like it because they're fire and brimstone. Like, you know, they have daddy issues, and so they curse their father in there. And I'm just like, yeah, mine had a drinking problem, but he was abused as a child, so like, it checks out. But like, heaven forbid that we like humanize the humans in our life, right? Like the poets on there just don't really want to do that, and I think that's why I'm just not doing very well. And one of them, I had some read one of my poetry collections, and they posted a review on their page, and they even posted it on their website, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, that's awesome. And it's a 4-star review, and they have kept up all their 5 and 4-star reviews they posted, except mine. They took mine off of their Instagram page and off of their website. And I went further back. Like, they saved the people they did right before me and the people they did right after me, and they deleted mine. I was like, you know what? We're not playing this game. We're not gonna worry about that. So we're done with Instagram. I'm still on there. I still post just to keep it alive, but like, I think I'm doing like 2 posts a month, and I've only lost like 40 followers, and those were mainly people who followed me and I didn't follow them back right away, so they just unfollowed me. So I'm like, you know what? No, we're just not doing this game. Okay, we're too old for this. But still on social media, I love YouTube. I have had this exact account since 2008. And the AuthorTube community here is actually welcoming and inviting. I leave a comment on someone's video and they respond back, like, you know, with thoughts, not just thanks, a bunch of emojis. Why is the poetry community obsessed with emojis? Because the emojis don't even make sense to me half the time. I'm like, I am a terrible millennial. I don't know what any of these references are, but I love being here on YouTube. The people that I've met, the authors I've met back in 2023 still talk to me. The authors I've met this year are still talking to me. That'd be weird if they already weren't. And I am finding myself more and more in like the shared little groups of them. And so I'm actually finding new author tubers through these little communities. So just instantly, it's just, for example, there was just the Author Tubers writing conference, and I barely attended anything because that was the last weekend of June. I had to finish this dang outline, which we did, so it's okay. And then I can always go back and watch videos. But everyone is just, they're much more inclusive, and that's what I like. So YouTube is where I'm at. I don't even pay for streaming services. I just pay for YouTube Premium, and I've done that for a very, very long time. So that's not going anywhere. If I'm watching something on the TV, on my computer, on my phone, it is YouTube. So I don't know if I'll hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, but I'm still creating videos anyway. So like, it's more of a hope that this could one day bring money in versus if if I don't hit it, I'm gonna stop uploading. Like, no, I'm still gonna upload. So I have been looking into brand deals and sponsorships, since some of them will start when you have around 500 subscribers, and we're pretty close to that. I think we're like 50 away, so that's cool. I have, and I talked about this in my content changes to content. Well, I don't remember what they call it. Where I like posting educational videos, but it's not the direction of this channel. I think it needs to go long term. I think it's just writing blogs and updates like this about my author tube and my books and my editing and just that kind of in general. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of like, I wrote so much for this script, and it's like, it's so not even important. It's like, shorts? No, we're just not doing shorts. I think I wrote this script. You know what? I wrote this script, I think, before I published that channel changes video. That's what it was called, channel changes. And I was like, we're not doing shorts. That's stupid. It's killing our attention spans anyway. I don't want to contribute to it anymore. I don't sell books on YouTube, so it's fine. This is more to find a community. And yeah, that would be it. That would be all of my mid-year author freelancing goals check-in. Freelancing, still doing great. Mystery book series is rolling on through. Instagram sucks. And YouTube is great. There you go. There's the summary of the whole video. So you'll probably see a couple more videos about me quitting my 9-to-5 job, because I can't stop raving about the fact that I escaped, and I'm gonna bring you on this journey with this mystery series. I'm so excited to actually make videos about that again once I finish all these clients I have, because I have, hold on, 6 client projects due next week. Between Sunday and Friday, I have 6 due. So but I need to get a video up. It's been 2 weeks. It's been way too long since I posted a video, and it's like, I need to get something up, and I already have a script. We're just gonna breeze through it. And you know what? Thank you guys so much for being here. I know I'm supposed to tell you to like, subscribe, and share, like, in the mid-roll, so that, you know, people actually hit this point. But if you'd like to hit any of those clicky button thingies, be sure to do so. And I will see you guys in the next time, in the next one, in next words. Yep. Alrighty, guys. I will see you guys at a later date. Bye.
Let's go. I got.
Do you want to say hi? Yeah? Say hi. Say, Mommy, stop talking to yourself and go play outside. And get the squirrels. You want to get squirrels?